Welcome to Ethanol Producer Magazine's top headlines from the past week. I'm your host, Jill Nelson. It's a new decade, which brings new and exciting opportunities for the biofuels industry. And there's no one better prepared to harness this momentum in 2020 and beyond than Growth Energy. Growth Energy is the nation's largest ethanol trade association, leading the industry and delivering meaningful wins for renewable biofuels producers and supporters to grow markets at home and abroad. To learn how you can be a part of this new decade of growth, visit www.growthenergy.org. Sales of E15 were up significantly last year. A new Renewable Fuels Association analysis found that a record 500 million gallons of E15 were sold nationwide in 2019. E15 sales in Minnesota, the only state that tracks monthly purchases of higher ethanol blends, increased by nearly a third in 2019 compared to 2018. The review by RFA Chief Economist Scott Richmond extrapolated the Minnesota data nationally, finding that 499 million gallons of E15, containing 75 million gallons of ethanol, were sold across the country in 2019. The analysis, however, cautions that while year-round availability of E15 helped boost sales of the fuel blend last year, small refinery exemptions were a factor limiting E15 growth. The SREs approved by the U.S. EPA caused RIN prices to plummet, which diminished the incentive for retailers to offer blends with higher ethanol content and reduced their ability to discount higher blends relative to gasoline. The USDA Foreign Agricultural Service released new data on February 5th that shows U.S. ethanol exports fell to 1.4 billion gallons last year, down from 1.69 billion gallons in 2018. Distillers' grains exports also fell from 11.8 million tons in 2018 to 10.79 tons in 2019. The following day, the Renewable Fuels Association released a pair of reports summarizing 2019 import and export data for U.S. ethanol and distillers' grains. Those reports show that while 2019 ethanol exports were down, last year still represents the second highest annual volume on record. The state of Washington is one step closer to establishing a clean fuels program. The Washington House of Representatives voted on January 29th in favor of legislation to enact a clean fuels program that would limit greenhouse gas emission per unit of transportation fuel to 10% below 2017 levels by 2028 and 20% below 2017 levels by 2035. The bill, HB 1110, is now under consideration by the Washington Senate. The effort to pass legislation to enact a clean fuels program in Washington has been ongoing for several years. Get more details in our online story. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with more of the ethanol industry's top stories.